Hi everyone, this is Damian, and today we're going to be doing a video on top 10 weirdest robberies of recent times. In Russia, a 32-year-old armed robber attempted to rob a 28-year-old hairdresser's salon and was surprised to find that she was armed with significant training in martial arts. She then kept him captive for over 48 hours as her personal sex slave. She kept him tied down with pink fuzzy handcuffs, fed him Viagra, and then proceeded to have sexual intercourse with him. When she did let him go, he immediately went to the hospital for treatment for a torn frenulum and reported her actions to the police. She complained that he was a bastard and that she gave him a new pair of jeans, fed him, and even gave him 1,000 rubles when he left. So they are both being held on charges, and Olga, the hairdresser, could be convicted of rape, while Victor, the robber, could be convicted of robbery. In Columbus, Ohio, a couple was robbed by a trio of men, and 2 hours later, one of them returned to ask the girl on a date. She contacted a relative to have them call the police, and he was arrested outside of their home. He is now being held for $100,000 bail and is waiting to be assigned a public defender. A man was holding up an Advance America cash station when the woman began to talk to him about God and told him he did not have to go through with the crime he was intending. So he told her that he was having to support a 2-year-old child and asked her to pray with him. They stayed on their knees praying for about 10 minutes, after which he gave her the bullet in his gun, told her it was the only one he had and that he wasn't going to hurt her. He took her cell phone and asked her to go to the bathroom and refrain from calling the police for 20 minutes, then took only $20 out of the cash register, leaving everything else behind, and has not been caught. This is an older one from December of 2007, but it's still funny. A robber entered a store and was brandishing what seemed to be a firearm held in a carrier bag. He got all the money from the store and was only caught because the only customer in the store followed him out and saw him discard his robber's cap, which contained his DNA. The amusing part of this story is that the gun he was brandishing was actually his girlfriend's rampant rabbit vibrator. 2 robbers were caught when they tried to rob a flat in Iowa because the description of their persons and car were given to the police quite accurately. When the police did catch them and pull them over, they found that the disguises they had worn were actually very good masks that they had drawn on their faces with permanent marker. So when they were pulled over, it was quite evident what they had been up to. They were both released on bail though, so we'll see what happens with their trial. Back in 2007, someone broke into a Miss Susie Fontoretta's home and stole $1,000 cash and a lot of jewelry that, while it wasn't particularly valuable, she did have sentimental value for it. Well, recently, she received all of the jewelry back, including a note that said, "Please forgive me, I'm so sorry. A lot of bad things happened to me since I steal from you." Apparently, in this note, which was anonymous, the robber stated that he'd been having very bad luck since he stole from her, including the death of his wife. He also said that he hoped to pay back the $1,000 when he could find the cash, and Fontoretta stated to the police that if they ever do find him, she doesn't want to press charges. A robber was caught when a couple heard someone laughing after the husband told a funny story. They heard the giggle from an upstairs bedroom, and when they called the police, they found the burglar up there. Must have been one hell of a joke. Police in Nigeria are holding a black and white goat on suspicion of robbery. A band of vigilantes were making rounds when they saw a group of hoodlums attempting to steal a car. They pursued these men and said that one of them escaped while the other turned into this goat. And he is being held not only on suspicion of robbery, but also suspicion of witchcraft. Police are expected to file charges against a 57-year-old man in Uniontown as soon as they figure out exactly what charges to file. He was found riding on the hood of his girlfriend's car, who is 28, in nothing but his underwear in below freezing temperatures. He was said to have been screaming at his girlfriend, and she had a bruise under her eye. Not surprisingly, they found drug paraphernalia in the car. We have a sweeter story here. A man left his dog Charlie at home while he hitchhiked over to New Orleans for a little fun. His dog went missing a couple days later, and a couple from New Orleans who were vacationing in New Mexico, where Charlie left, found the dog, saw he had no collar, couldn't find an owner, so they decided to turn in their airline tickets and make the 3-day drive back to New Orleans with the dog. When they got there, they found that he had a little electronic chip and found the owner, so they were reunited in the city where they had both hitchhiked to. Incidentally, the couple also named the dog Charlie. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, and this is just one example why. Man reported a stolen car that he had stolen as having been robbed from him to the police. Police asked what had happened, and he said that he was robbed while trying to buy crack cocaine with a credit card. They took his money, his wallet, his watch, and his newly stolen car. He will be charged with robbery. In Knoxville, a woman was arrested for eating a powdered donut. She was eating cocaine, but she said it was a powdered donut. And when the police officer did a field test on the massive amounts of white powder that she was shoving into her mouth as he approached the car, he realized that it was in fact drugs, and she was arrested. She is pending a court hearing. In Jefferson County, a woman was dismissed for jury duty because she was asking questions instead of answering them. She had legally changed her name to Jesus Christ, but she was reported to have been perfectly happy to serve, unlike most Jefferson County residents. As per usual, Christ was unavailable for comments. Thanks for watching another weird news story. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And don't forget to rate my video, leave some comments, and subscribe. Bye.
Sorry. Yep.
Yeah, this is the pose. It's just, when you think about not laughing, and it... Yeah, I'm sorry. And the woman was underneath her... Freudian slip.
Oh boy.
I have to start all over. I don't even remember what I said, and it was clever. We have a couple...
Sure you do.
Easy for me to say. We have a couple... It's not even hard to say. That's not difficult at all.
Have them.
we have something.
Right.
You will bow before my glory.
You know?
He has been taken into custody.
Sure he was.
No, I don't need any flack from you. In Jackson County, a man was taken into custody.
Wowdy, man.
That word is a little bitch, and it shouldn't exist. As anyone who's been taken into custody should know.